Kane, it's 1-0. We're fucking down. 13th in the championship. The takeover happened, as I said it would. People will be... Oh, when have we got Leeds? Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. I hope you are all doing well. Nice to see you, Danny. My apologies, much later than scheduled. Yeah, we normally do these like straight after. I'm aware Connor's doing the debrief and that as well. So, listen, you've got plenty of Leeds content. Big up to everyone in the set, if you like. To be honest, Jarvis, I thought you were calling me sassy, and then I realised you said easy. I was like, cheers, mate, sassy Joe. I'll take it. Big up to Katrina as well, and of course my main man Danny. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I had a great day. Today. Thank you very much. Only just got in, really, to be fair. So I am doing my press conference reaction. I'm then going to go watch the footy, and then me and Lockie are going to be back at 10:30 when he's actually going to the City game. To watch Man City. Obviously, he's in uni over there, so he'll be doing that as part of his uni stuff. So I hope he has a nice night. He's then going to come home, and we're going to do our big match preview live. Andrea's under the weather. He can't be joining us. Lloyd's elsewhere. Folks are elsewhere. Folks are busy. But keep it locked. 10:30 tonight. We'll be back, me and Lockie, doing a bit of a live. We've got to be talking about Yannick Bolasie as well, haven't we? He's come back and he's going to feature for Swansea maybe. So I'm not sure he'll go straight in, but we'll chat about it. But listen, this is your press conference reaction. I've just got in and I've just watched it, right? We're at full strength, finally. I mean, we sort of was last time, but Strauch and Byram... they were like doubts. Rutter was a major doubt. Daniel Farke has basically said everyone is good to go now. The only one is obviously Stuart Dallas, but we're not really expecting Dallas back anyway, are we? He's long-term anyway. And listen, if we get promoted, will Dallas feature again for Leeds? Might get some charity minutes in the cup, but will he be a first teamer? I'm not too sure. I know we all love him. But I'm not sure. No, I did not know. Is that true, Danny? Is that true, bro? Trezor Candle's cousin. Is it true? I don't know. Anyway, we'll get into the press conference reaction. I believe you, though. I believe you. So let's get in. So obviously, first and foremost, as always, Adam Pope asked him about the squad. And he basically said, Cooper, Rutter, they're both fine now. Pascal's good to go. Spence, Joffrey, Shackleton had some more training, all good to go. Everyone's fit and ready. Massive positive for us. For us to now be at full strength is great. And it'll be interesting to see whether Daniel Farke is actually going to use his squad. Because it feels almost up to this point that he's been reluctant to do so. It's the same 11 week in, week out. I'm not saying he must. But when we have performances like we did at Stoke or like we did against Rotherham, you do think maybe if some of the people that you're calling on a sub had more minutes on a more regular basis, then we won't have this issue. So, yeah. But listen, I didn't read too much into Friday night's result. And I know, some people did, some people didn't. It is what it is, right? I just think there was a massive overreaction, but fans will fan. You know what I mean? Fandom, isn't it? This is what we do, right? This is what we're like. Brett says, changes I feel like would be good as Spence, Pascal, Byram. Yeah. I also wouldn't mind seeing Will or Anthony to come in for James just to mix it up. Yeah, I think James will play just with it being against Swansea and stuff. And I'm okay with that. Like, I don't think he was great last week, but he has enough credit in the bank this season. If he has another stinker, then I will be pushing for, Nonto to start for sure. Phil Hay asked him a little bit later on, like how happy he was with the injuries this season. He was full of praise for the medical team and mentioned the chefs and everything. Does it, Nick? I can turn it off. My apologies. I don't know why it's moving as much as it is tonight. Let me just try and... This is going to shoot right out. That might be a little bit better because I've moved it wide. It was close before, so I think that'll better. It shouldn't stop moving as much. Popey asked him, will Strauch come back in or you'll go, Cooper did okay, so he's going to keep his place. I think he was just pressing him to try and find out what the heck is going on now. That was a madness, wasn't it? You nearly see my balls. I don't know why it did that much. Full strength lineup, what would I go with? We will talk about that tonight, Nick. We're going to save that for tonight. But yeah, back four would be what Brett's mentioned, which would be Strauch, Rodon, Byram, and Spence. I almost forgot his name then. Does he even exist? I don't know. We've only seen him for 20 minutes. Maybe he's a mirage. A mirage. I don't know. This camera's on a mad one. I can't lie. I like it. Anyway, so he was trying to like press him on whether or not Cooper's going to keep his place. For me, of course, he's not. Like he did. If you remember when I think Strauch got injured before, right? And then Cooper kept his place, and it was the wrong decision. You just go with the best, regardless of how long they've been injured, unless that person's put in a barnstormer, which I don't think Cooper ever has. So, yeah, look, for me, Strauch has to come back in. I'd be very surprised if Cooper keeps his place. He was then asked about Firpo by Popey. I think sometimes, listen, I love Adam Pope. I love Don't Go to Bed Just Yet. He's very nice with his questions in terms of doesn't want to upset the atmosphere. Listen, I'm not. He's great, by the way. I'm doing great, Hannah. Nice to see you, love. But he was like saying, "Oh, you know, you've got two left backs. One's good at going forward. One's good on the defensive side. You know." And Daniel Farke said, "Yeah, I've got two good options at fullback." He's talking shit, right? He mentioned them having different qualities. Do you know what them different qualities are for me? One's good, one's shit. That's it. Do you know what I mean? Like people keep telling me Firpo's good at this. Listen, actually listen to Don't Go to Bed Just Yet and hear what they've got to say on Firpo. Hear what the I forgot his name now. He was working for the radio. You'll know. Someone mentioned it in the comments the other day. For some reason, I've got Norman Whiteside in my head, and it definitely wasn't him. What was his name? Anyway, it was quite scathing towards Firpo even before kickoff, and then obviously he put in a bit of a stinker, didn't he? If we're being totally honest, some people tell you he played well, others say, "Oh, you come good. He's good at this level." Again, I mean, I disagree. So in terms of them both having differences and different qualities, John Newsom, that was it, Dr. Cox. Thank you. In terms of the having different qualities, one's good and one's shit for me, and that's as far as it goes. And I'd like to see Firpo leave in January, if I'm totally honest, because people keep telling me at this level he's good, and in the games we've seen him, he's not been good at all. And you think of some of the good teams we've come up against, the likes of even Plymouth, right? Even against Plymouth, he gets cooked. Even what is going on here? It's a good job I've got pants on, isn't it? Why is it doing this? Camera's on a mad one tonight. What's going on? What are you doing? God, tell you what. I quickly change that from ultra wide. JT will be in purple, but yeah, be in tears. Yeah, listen, I'll be glad when he's left, when he's exited stage left, to be honest. He was asked about Balassi. He said, "Look, my squad are available." But for me, this isn't 2016. This isn't 2016 when he Everton paid 25 million for him. This isn't 2015 when he was scoring hat-tricks against Sunderland and stuff, doing mad skills. This is 2023 when Yannick Balassi is 34. I am not concerned about Yannick Balassi by any stretch of the imagination. There's a reason they've picked him up on a free. There's a reason. He's only just, found a club, if you like. So, yeah. He's been playing in Turkey before that. I'm not concerned about him. Famous last words, but yeah, Yannick Balassi is not it. This isn't 2016. He was asked about his thoughts on Swansea. Well, 17th. I'm not concerned about Swansea. Call me arrogant, whatever. Listen, I can only give you my opinion. I don't say this all the time. I told you I was nervous before Rotherham. That proved to be the case. I was nervous ahead of Leicester. But this game at home, I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned about any home game, if I'm being totally honest. Because it's Fortress Ellen Road. You know, he was asked about Ellen Road and the steelness. And he said, look, we wanted to make it a fortress. We've won 5 on the bounce. We actually have the best record in the league at home. We have conceded the least amount of goals at home. Only 6 goals conceded in 8 games. So, you know, I'm not concerned about us being at home. Famous last words, Leeds that and all that. But yeah, Yannick Bolasie would. No, I still don't think he would, Dr. Cox. In a foot race, yes, in a foot race. But yeah, I'm not concerned. Brett says, where are people's evidence? I don't know, mate. Ask them on Twitter. I genuinely don't know. I don't know. This is what I mean. It's like people have a go at me for backing Melia, but I have stuff that I've seen him do well. I think one-on-one he's still great. I think his distribution is still good. Firpo's never shown me anything apart from a goal at Southampton. But yeah, outside of that, nothing. Danny says, I think we'll get 4 points. I think we get 6, mate. I think we get 6. We've won 5 on the spin at home. And I can, well, I expect it to continue tomorrow. Then we'll assess where we're at against Middlesbrough. But yeah, we wanted to make it a fortress. That was one of the first things he said when he walked through the door. And guess what? He has done that, right? It has turned into a fortress. So you've got to be happy with that because, you know, I'm not concerned. Andy says, I miss Leeds United so much. We will be back. We will be back. We're going to be back next season, mate. We're going up. You know, for me, we'll be in the top 2 by January. I've said that by January the 1st, we'll be in the top 2, and I still stand by that statement. Like I say, we drew against Rotherham on Friday, and we still gained a point on Ipswich. They're on a wobble. They're on a wobble because they've got 1 win in 4. This is what I mean. I've seen a wild take about Leeds United by the second tier lads again, and as well. I am going to get Justin Peach on this show. I am going to get them on at some point. But yeah, it's like, oh, Leeds United, they're inconsistent. Last 8 games were the most informed team in the league. Do you know what I mean? So I don't get it, but it's because it's us, right? It's a good talking point. But yeah, Ellen Road does have a certain steelness about it. Asked about mental strength. And this is where I come back to Farke. This is why I'm so confident. Yeah. This is why I'm so confident. Yeah, Tintin, just to clarify, post-August, yeah? But we've won 5 on the spin. 5 on the spin at home. We've played 8 games. The 3 prior to that were in August, bro. And we know what the situation was in August. Yeah? So in terms of wins, no team has won more than us at home. In terms of goals conceded, we've only conceded 6 in 8 games. So at home, we are the best team. Okay, you might have more, but you might draws or whatever, but we've won 5 on the spin at home and have only conceded 6. For me, I've already sort of written off August. It's gone. You know, if you think about where we were at in August, we had the 2-2 draw with Cardiff. You know, the squad was all over. You had, you know, Nonto refusing to play. You had all these different things that were going on at the time. Post-August, we've been pretty imperious at home, you know. So that's what you've got to look at for me. Because, like I say, we started off the season, we draw against Cardiff. We draw against West Brom. We draw against Sheff Wednesday. Since then, at home, we've won 5 on the spin. So since them August fixtures, remember the game against Sheff Wednesday happened the day after the transfer window shut. So we'd lost Sinistera. We brought in Jadon Anthony. So you had all that upheaval, yeah? So the first 3, all draws, but we're in August and we're at a time when we were all over the shop. Since then, 5 on the spin. Do you know? Yeah, George, I know that. So, like, for me, we're on it. Then he was asked about mental strength, right? And he brought up that 46 games again. For me, as a fan, looking at Leeds United, we have the best man in the business in terms of championship football, and that is Daniel Farke. You know, he talks about looking at the table when there's only 6 games left. He's been here, done it, wore the T-shirt. The thing is, for me, when he's talking to that team in training, half times, pre-match, post-match, He's got loads of experience to draw on, right? He can say, listen, when my Norwich team got maximum points, we also dropped points. Think about when we had Bielsa, right? We went to Norwich, we slapped him up 3-0. We then played them later in the season because he spoke about this mental strength, big games and all that sort of stuff. When they came to Ellen Road in the second part of the season, what did they do? They slapped us up 3-0. They then hit a canter. And when he talks about you've always got to be full of confidence, you've always got to be ready for 46 games. Well, he's been there, done it, wore the T-shirt. And I keep coming back to it. We have the best man in the job. He spoke about the Christmas period and how busy that is. Do the other managers have experience of that? No. Not at this level. Marco, get down, son. They don't. So, Marco, get down, son. Stop getting giddy. Come on. Go down there. I'm nearly done. Chill out. Sorry. Yeah, so they don't have what we have, you know, and I agree with Richard, we're going up. Joe, what's your thoughts on the January window? I think we can all agree names to go. But right, well, we're going to talk about that because he was asked about Nick Hammond in the press conference by Baron Cross. Baron Cross bringing the heat with the questions again. Are you pleased he's signed long-term? Obviously, Nick Hammond initially came in a sort of interim basis. Now he's signed a long-term deal. And he said he's brilliant. He's great at his job. I have great support with Nick Hammond, Angus Kinnear and Greta Thunberg. Happy. You know, we have a great team around me now. And I can, you know, it's not a big team, but it's a great team. I can concentrate on the football side of things. And, you know, they'll always get his input. The thing is with Farke, he's not going to turn down a player. You know, he's not going to accept a player that's thrust on him. He'll want to have the final say. We know that. Remember when he first came to the football club, he interviewed us in a sense. Yeah. Then Baron said, so have you had any chats about January yet? Which brings us back to Brett's question. And he said, yeah, you know, and I thought that was pretty decent for him. He came out and said, yeah, we have to prepare mid and long term. You know, even sometimes so far into the future. That's when they're looking at like youngsters coming through, right? So yeah, we have to prepare mid and long term. Yeah. So they are talking about January. Of course they are, because guess what? It's December on Friday, is it? Or is it Saturday? Let me check my calendar. Friday. Friday is the 1st of December. Wow. It's nearly Christmas, folks. Do you know what I mean? It's mad. Are you ready? I'm not. No, I haven't read this. What is it? What's been said, bro? Let me have a look. There's no Lang been chatting beans. Or did Bielsa say no or something? Oh, not wow. Claims Marcelo Bielsa pulled the plug. Noah Lang has revealed he was left mentally exhausted after the dream Premier League move to Leeds broke down. The Dutchman had been making waves since joining PSV. Hamstring injury. Let's have a look. Just over 2 years ago, Leeds were looking to kick an impressive 9th place finish with Lang on their shortlist. The Whites made 3 attempts to sign him last year, according to the player himself. They were concrete, yes. Leeds made 3 offers. We even negotiated. They flew to the Netherlands. He had reservations about his defensive output. They wanted to buy me for 40 million. In the end, the deal for us really made Marcelo Bielsa doubted how much work I could do without the ball. And that's fine, as good as he would have been. But, you know, let's be honest, he also has a bit of a checkered past. There's also clips of him getting absolutely blasted by Ten Hag because Ten Hag was saying from the sideline, this is our game, not your game, Noah. Bielsa was never going to accept players like that. You know what I mean? As exciting he would have been, and obviously he's doing well at PSV, but, you know, yeah, what can you say? Okay, so chats about January. Yes, we have to prepare mid and long term. He was asked by Phil, will it be a calm month? You know, will it be a calm month? Hopefully. He said yes, in sort of like chuckling terms. We may look at 1 or 2 positions. We'll also have to think about loan players. I don't know if he meant incoming, outgoing, or maybe even signing loan players on long term, because you've got to be looking to make Rodon perm. But then again, you can't really sign off on Rodon, because if we didn't get promoted, then what? You know? I don't think Leeds United are in a position to make Rodon permanent just in case we didn't go up. You know, there's all them different things. But Angus has spoke about loan players. Will he look at loaning out players at the football club that aren't getting game time? Joffy, Creswell, you've got Lewis Bate, you've got Mateo Joseph, you've got all these players that are still here that are not getting game time. Even Darko JB, we've not seen nothing since pre-season. So yeah, there's loads to think about. But he said what will happen is it's not going to affect us long term. We will keep the core group. And my question, and Darren's just mentioned about non-tour here, I put in brackets non-tour ? What's the opinion on that? Do you think non-tour will leave in January, folks? Can you see that happening? Willie non-tour leaving the football club in January? Be quite interesting to get your thoughts. So with that in mind, yeah, I'm going to put a poll on. Listen, we've only got 78 likes. Don't forget to like the video, please. Right, so I've asked a poll there. Will non-tour leave in January? And we'll check it at the time. Listen, I think he stays as well, to be honest, Danny, but it wouldn't surprise me at the same time. Big up to Richard. Thank you very much for your comments. 49ers will bring. Yeah, I believe so as well, Dave. I do. If this play is available, who would I let go in Jan? We will be doing loads of content about this, but who would I let go in Jan? Bamford. I would go. I would sell genuinely if we can, but I don't think we can. I'd like to see Joseph given a chance or bringing another striker. I'd like a number 10. So then do you let Poveda go? I'm not sure. But he did say we will not be asleep. This is the point to mention. We will not be asleep. We'll be ready to move. Now, in previous seasons, we've heard that from the likes of Angus and Victor. And it's just BS. With these, I think it'll have substance. I do believe it has substance. I agree with you as Harriman as well, mate. I don't think it's a story. I think he stays. I do think Willie non-tour stays, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't think Ian Maatson will come because he has played the odd time for Chelsea. And if someone takes him, Danny, it probably will be a lower-end Premier League club. You know, even a Luton could take Maatson. And at this moment in time, no disrespect, it's a better move because they're in the Premier League. So, and it looked like they might stay up. You never know. Luton might stay up. Yeah, maybe, listen, Daniel Farke was full of praise for him. And clearly the club like what he's doing because they've signed him on a long-term deal. But yeah, make sure you vote. We'll come back to it. He was asked about his chats with the American side of the business yet. Parag and co. Yeah, at the start, but I have to concentrate on football. He mentioned about there being 7 games in December. And, you know, Phil here asked him about, you know, how conscious are you of all the football coming up? And he mentioned about that experience again. Yeah, he mentioned about that experience again. You know, the Christmas period, the fact that we'll be in a hotel on Christmas Day because we play Boxing Day, we're away from our families. Now, all footballers experience this. All footballers experience it. But a lot of our old guard have been here, done it, wore the T-shirts. So it's important to have their experience. But Daniel Farke has been here and won this league on 2 occasions and smashed it on 2 occasions. So he knows how to deal with these scenarios. Has Enzo Maresca? No. Russell Martin's been a player, yes, but and manager at Swansea, but now he's challenging at the top. You know, I do think McKenna out of them has probably got the most experience just in terms because he's been in this sort of fight in League One, albeit, but still in there. So yeah, that was the presser. Burnley won't release Taylor. He plays all the time. I'm not convinced we actually did. I've not seen anything credible that says that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not convinced we actually did. There was a few reports, but that guy who said it, yeah, listen, there's a lot of tosh in there that comes out during the transfer windows. There'll be many more. Will non-tour leave in Jan? 53% of you, or 52 now, have said no. I don't think he will either, for that matter. I don't. Please like the video as well, folks. We're on 99. Let's get one more for 100. I don't think non-tour goes anywhere, to be honest. Where's he going to go? He'd have to go to Italy. Because the one club that was interested in Everton Imagine if he'd have made that move now. How would he be feeling, folks? Because they're now bottom of the table. And they're actually, is it 5 points off Luton? Obviously, Luton getting that win was huge. Let me just have a look at the standings. Yeah, they're 5 points. So Luton actually getting that win was massive. So yeah, we'll wait and see. On the same level as you with Melier, however, no, you can't just give out shots. For me, you can't just give out shots. We're challenging at the top. The defense is a unit. Okay, he faces a shot, it goes in. The defense is a unit, and that's also in terms of building up attacks. And Melier and Strauch are very key in this. So I think, yeah, nah, not for me, mate, but I understand why you would think it, but no, not for me. Oh, Hannah, controversial. Listen, I remember on this show, Hannah, saying that he's not, and people were he's our best player, you fucking. No, he was not. He came into a time when we were rubbish, and it was give it to Nonto. Now, he is great, don't get me wrong, and he had that surprise factor. And when I've gone back and watched the previous games to look at the goals, he was heavily involved. So there has been, a drop-off, but a lot of that's due to what he did. And he's still trying to get there, but yeah, controversial indeed. Listen, Mark, if there's players to do, they'll do it. But minimum 2, I would say. Them 2 being a 10 and I was going to say an 11. 10 and a left back for me. And then sell Firpo. Let's sell him. Just sell him. 10 million, take him. No one's going to pay that, but just sell him. He's on a big wage. Just sell him. That's what I would do. There's all this talk again that people, it's bullshit. Big up to my man Nipper. What a legend. £50 super chat. Happy Christmas to you, brother. He says, hope Nonto stays. Joe, I do as well. But if we don't get promoted, then so be it. Nah, I agree. Have a drink on me for Christmas, Joe. Nipper, that means an awful lot. Thank you so much for that, brother. Thank you so much for your support. It goes a long way, as you can see. Although you might be getting seasick because of all the movement in the camera. Just helping with the production quality. I am going to get a new mic as well, a show mic, because as you know, I did get an Elgato and it just broke. So I do need a show mic with an XLR and all that, so it just doesn't break. But that's the next thing on the agenda. So thank you all for making the dream a reality, if you like. And thank you so much for your super chat, Nipper. That's an absolute legend, and I hope you have a great Christmas. Remember, you can keep it locked on the Just Joe Football Show over Christmas. Wayman's spending Christmas alone this year, so best believe I'll be seeing you on the regular basis. So make sure you join me. Bamford, no, listen, teams in the Championship would take Bamford Storm, if I'm honest. Rotherham, Hugill, he's better than him. Even the likes of Chef Wednesday and that, but he won't want that move. Tell you what, I'm looking so golden, aren't I? Golden brown, textured like sun. This top hasn't fit for a long time. Look at it. And it's baggy. What's going on here? Harrison can stay along with them all. Listen, man, did you see him in his roller net the other day? Not for me. Not for me, that kind of thing. Anyway, right, listen, I didn't want to hammer you too much. Again, Nipper, thanks for your super chat. Joe's always on the sunbed, Danny. I'm never off it now. Look at us. So, 10:30, me and Lockie will be here to do a preview of the game. 10:30. So make sure you join us. I'm going to chill out now, watch some Champions League football. Champions League, and there's some Championship games. I'm so disappointed that one of the Championship games are on tonight that sort of involves us, because we could have watched it, but Southampton, Ipswich, Leicester and us all play tomorrow, which is disappointing. Big up to Jake King with the super sticker. Jake, has anyone ever told you look a bit like Mason Mount? Little bit. Is that you or is that an avatar? I'm not sure. Big up to the. He says Leeds will get it done tomorrow, marching on together. Does anyone else see Mason Mount, or it's someone else at the tip of my tongue, and I can't quite work out who? Do you know what I did today? Can I tell you this story, by the way? It smells so. No, Jake, don't go. You do look a bit like him, man. Joe reminds me of Max Branning. I used to get called that. I used to work with so obviously, you know, I was at uni and that, and I used to work with people with like special needs for a little bit. And the guy on there used to call me Max Branning, who went there. But anyway, let's tell you this story. I went in this place in York called The Alchemist, and they had like Never Ending Story. This Never Ending Story like bear thing. And I went in and it smelled amazing. It was like candles. So, this smells amazing. She went, oh, it's called Dragon's Breath. Like, it smelled amazing. So she went, we've also got another one called Fire. It was like The Alchemist. So I went and smelt it, and it's perfume. And I bought it. So it's like wood, and it smells like wood and tobacco, depending on your thing. But I actually smell amazing. Might be woman's perfume, but parfum. Bonjour. Yeah. Smell like tobacco and wood, but it's amazing. So yeah, that's my story of the day for you. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll be back at 10:30. Hopefully you'll still be up. There's 220 of you watching now, which is legend status. Thank you very much. Leeds 1919 says need 4 players: left back, centre back, cam, 10 striker. Nah. See that now? Come on, it's all the old guard. That's it. Come on, be nice, man. Be nice. Be nice indeed. But yeah, listen, all love. St. George says 2 a.m. here in Thailand. Very rare I catch you live. Just home from the Go-Go bars. We'll watch the whole show tomorrow. What's the Go-Go bars? I don't know what that is. But I'm assuming it might be a little bit naughty. Might be a little bit naughty over in Thailand. Yes, man. This is brilliant, by the way. They say 90% of the time, it works all of the time. That don't even make sense. What, mate? What about when he goes and it comes out, right? And then he sprays and that smells like Bigfoot's dick. Anyway, if you don't know about Anchorman, then get to know. It's the best. Right, folks, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to watch Champions League. I think PSG will beat Newcastle. There's a little bit of me. It's like Newcastle. You just never know. Big up to Adam Page, who says, good chat. Good chat, Adam. You look very smart. Very smart, Adam. Every time I see photos like this now, though, I don't know whether they're AI. I've seen... is the synopsis we're all good with the full squad? Yes, Oliver. Basically. What was I going to say? Now, there was something else. That was it. The Sports Illustrated magazine, were like putting out AI stories and then also creating AI journalists. And they've been busted for it. But isn't that mad? Like a magazine of that stature can now like AI, man. It's mad. AI is a mad one. We're literally living in Skynet, I'm telling you. People will laugh. People will call you conspiracy theories, but you watching. I don't know. We might not be here, but basically, Sarah Connor is coming. I'm telling you, Sarah Connor's coming. The lot. I can't lie. It smells nice. Yeah, listen, AI's coming. Sarah Connor's coming. As long as it's like Terminator 2, then I'm cool with it. Because Terminator 2 is one of my most favourite films of all time. If you don't like Terminator 2, there's something wrong with you. The first time I watched Terminator 2, I cried my eyes out. And I'm not ashamed to say it. Like, I cried my eyes out. See, I can't even hide anymore because it'll follow me. But if you haven't watched that film, trust me, it is amazing. And it will make you cry. And you don't like any Terminator films, Danny, get out. Get out of this chat. Terminator 1's good, but Terminator 2 is just unbelievable. The bike chase, the liquid copper, just everything about it, man. Like, I genuinely think the Terminator 2 copper is probably one of the best baddies in the movie genres. But yeah, that bit at the end. And he goes down and then you just weep. Well, I wept. You might not have, but I wept. Anyway, we've rambled on now. Thanks as always for watching. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the Liquid Man. Yeah, that's what we'll call him, Justin. Liquid Man. T2 1000 Liquid Man. Subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, hit that notification bell, and yeah, leave your comments. I'll be back tonight at 10:30. 10:30 with Lockie. We haven't spoken to him for a while. He's at the City game, so we can just rib him. Say, you a City fan now, yeah? Are you a City fan now? No, I'm joking. I'll see you tonight, folks. Love you as always. Thanks very much for those super chatters. Nipper, R, and of course, Jake King as well, a.k.a. Mason Mount 2.0. I'll see you in a bit now. Love you all. Thanks for joining.